7% टेररिस्ट को मार दिया गया पहले 10 दिन में ज्वाइन करने के बाद। ये अगेन माताओं से मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है कि इस चीज को ध्यान से सुनिए। आपका बच्चा अगर टेररिस्ट बनता है तो 7% उसमें से पहले 10 दिन में खत्म होने का चांस है, जो कि डाटा बता रहा है। 9% पहले 1 महीने में, ये पिछले 18 महीने का डाटा है। 36% 3 महीने में, सॉरी 17% 3 महीने में, 36% 6 महीने में, और 64% of the terrorists to pick up a weapon are eliminated within the first 1 year. So this is the shelf life of a terrorist who picks up a weapon. So storm patter of today, his mother should be very clear. If he or she, the father and the mother, don't stop their child from going for stone pelting, chances are he would be eliminated within the first 1 year of his taking of weapons. So with this as a background, I would request the DGP Saab to speak a few words on the overall security situation, and I would also request somebody to just lift this cover from the weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a M24 American sniper rifle with telescope. This will be displayed outside after this press conference. You can have a look at it later. This was recovered from one of the caches of the terrorists along the Shri Amarnath route. Yeah, can
The General Sahab has briefed you about the security situation in the state. Team SF has been focusing on very targeted outfits, which mainly included Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba. We've been able to eliminate their leadership in Kashmir Valley, and the number of leaders who are surviving is very limited now. As along our CI ops against the terrorists, we've been able to eliminate some of the groups altogether. ADH, hardly anybody is just now. 1 or 2 fellows are left. Al-Badr is almost decimated. HM is demolished to a large extent. So overall number of active militants in the valley has come down. And the number of active militants in Jammu region is also aged with the surrender of 1 militant couple of days ago in Kishtwar. Our second target was the terror support network, because of which the militancy thrives and survives in the state. So therefore our strong action was targeted against OGWs, and a very large number of OGWs were picked up, arrested, detained. Apart from them, we have also taken care of the organizations which were resorting to unlawful activities like Jamaat-e-Islami, JKLF, and their activists and leaders also have been booked under various sections of law. Recently, terror monitoring group has also been created, which is headed by Additional DG CID of the state. That group also has done a wonderful job. A very large number of terror funding modules have been targeted by them. So on the whole, situation showed good improvement, and we have seen that Shri Amarnath Yatra, which has been there for the last little over 1 month, has seen 340,000 people visiting the holy cave. For the Yatra, we had made extensive security arrangements right from Lakhanpur onward, on the highway and on both the tracks. There, unfortunately, were some nefarious designs from the side of the enemy. They have tried to sort of create an atmosphere of fear here, and they have resorted to a couple of IDs, some of which have been mentioned by General Dillon. Last evening only they had attacked one of our army convoys in Shopia area, but luckily there is no loss to our manpower, to our convoy party. We were able to take care of that ID. After that, 3 days back, we were also getting inputs regarding certain specific inputs with regard to laying of IDs and attacking the Jatra. So therefore, last 3 days have been very hectic for us. We have been carrying out searches as told to you, and which has led to the cache of explosive material, the Pakistani made mine, and the snipers that you have seen just now. From our side, our security get on ground is fully geared up to take care of any security threats, security challenges. Overall scenario in Jammu region with regard to law and order and militancy is very well under control. But there is a large number of ceasefire violations in Jammu region, also as Jansab told about ceasefire violation in this sector. So therefore there is a heightened activity along the borders also. But our anti-infiltration grid is strong enough to take care of the infiltration bids. They have made number of infiltration bids in both the sectors, Jammu and Kashmir sector, but most of them have been successfully thwarted. As told by Jan Dillon, we have always welcomed our youth to our fold. We do not want any kind of harm should come to them. So therefore we have been encouraging them to come back, even in the cases where they left their houses, went to join the militant cadres, militant ranks. Our appeals and appeals from the parents did make a lot of difference. We've been able to get many of them back home, and we are happy that they are again part of their family. They are leading a happy life. We would also like that other militants who have joined recently, we would appeal to them also to come back and join their families. We would be as sympathetic to them as we have been with regard to the others who have come back and reunited with their families. So far as active militants are concerned, our operations are on. They will continue to be on. Even last evening we had launched an operation in Shopian area. We are waiting for the results of that area. Similarly, a couple of days ago, Munna Lahori was eliminated along with his associated. He was also a big terror, and he was responsible for a couple of IDs, including the making of ID which was used in a car blast incident at Banihal. Similarly, Fiaz Panju has been eliminated just a couple of days ago. He was also responsible for both the blast at Dispura and ID blast at Banihal. So therefore our efforts from security force side are on, that we create as peaceful atmosphere for our people as possible, and our efforts would continue in that direction. I would like my IG Kashmir Zone to speak to you about the ID modules which have been neutralized in the recent past. Thank you very much.
The ID threat has been a very important factor this year. We all know the Pulwama incident, and primarily Jaish-e-Mohammed, the prosperous terrorist organization, at the behest of the Pakistan. Most of the Pakistani terrorists, they have created this kind of modules and tried to use explosives for this kind of attacks. This year, more than 10 serious attempts were made at different places in the valley, primarily in the district, mostly in the district of Pulwama and Shopian. And of course, now the trends that we are seeing, it is shifting to the other district in South Kashmir. So in these ID modules, several people have been arrested. The cases have been detected, besides active operations which have been launched. Some of the key team in this kind of incidents of Jaish-e-Mohammed, like Munna Lahori was mentioned, before that Kamran, before that Usman, all these Pakistanis were responsible for this kind of attack. This kind of explosives and other things have been also recovered. As I said, at least 5 active modules which were behind this kind of explosives ID making, they have been arrested. And we have also seen that sometimes these explosives are used from different, like it is stolen from different places. So we are taking a very strong step in this regard. Government has issued orders in order to regulate the explosives also. And we are working on these modules. As it was mentioned by the DGP and the co-commander, as we are speaking, there is an active operation which is going on in Shopian. Yesterday night in Shopian, there was a very serious ID attempt on a vehicle. Luckily, no damage was there. So with this, I hand over the mic to ADG as CRPF.
The operation has been mentioned by others, so I will not repeat it, but there have been serious attempts to disrupt the Yatra. But the hard work of the security forces, the use of technology this time, and above all, the cooperation of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. I would thank them the most because right from Lakhanpur to the cave, all along they have been very cooperative and the public has really stood by us. So their contribution I would like to openly acknowledge in this Yatra, and I am sure we will keep getting their cooperation in the future also. And secondly, one thing again I would highlight, we talked about the ID. ID is increasing both in numbers as well as in the methodology and the capabilities. So it is a serious threat, however we are up to it and we will handle it successfully. And lastly, in an earlier press conference we had mentioned that our helpline, the CRPF helpline Madadgar 14411 is open to the militants also. If somebody wants to, who belongs to Kashmir and wants to surrender, that helpline is for him also. We have got responses in the past through the help of the media. We would like this number 14411 to reach out to any boy who's gone astray and who wants to come back, and as the DG said, we will go 5 steps to welcome him back and help him out. So this helpline is also there. Thank you.
This is one of the ID which has been recovered. Just go ahead. This is a mechanism for initiation. Yeah, go next, please. This is okay. Fine. This is the picture of the Pakistan Ordnance Factory mine, which has been recovered, and you can clearly see the markings as well as the Ordnance Factory numbers. And this would be here in some time, hopefully before the press conference finishes.
As earlier also clarified by our ADG Law and Order, we have been into a number of activities for the last 9-10 months. You had panchayat elections, urban and local body elections, followed by parliamentary elections, and now this Amarnath Ji Yatra which is going on. The troops which came did not get a chance to relax for a while. So we've been requesting MHA, our request went to them even before the Yatra started to give some relief to the troops already deployed. And now in view of